Hello everybody, it's Lisa Jane here from lisajanehealing.com, and I felt it was time for me to get back on camera. I haven't made a face on YouTube for a while since I was overseas for a couple of weeks and got back last week into my beautiful city of Cape Town. I was so very happy to be back, and after a week of settling down and seeing clients again, I am back on camera. It's a bit strange for me to post on the weekend, but hey, I was inspired, and so I thought I would come and say hi to you all. There are a number of themes that have been coming up with my clients and just generally, and this particular theme I'm going to talk about today has been around for a couple of months, and in fact I did post some voice recording on my thoughts around this. But this week's video is about the void and the waiting game, because there is this sense for me that we are in between two worlds. And whilst we have been on this journey, well, for many years, but exponentially since 2012, and we are now at the 7-year mark, almost 7-year cycle to December the 12th, 2012, or December the 21st, whichever day for you was significant. For me, it was the 21st of December 2012. And of course, 2019, December is coming up, and that would have been a 7-year cycle of this mass awakening, because that's really all I can use to describe it, is that there has been waves and waves of people who are becoming more aware of their spirituality, who are becoming aware that they are more than their mind and body, and who are wanting to explore this and understand how they can take cognizance of that side of themselves, how they can work with that side of themselves to actually create a better life for them and everyone else around them. So this awakening has been happening, and where we are heading to is, and this is my belief, of course, my guidance, the information I receive from my team and my connection, is that 2020 is actually going to be the beginning of a new cycle, that we are coming to the end of the massive pulse of awakening, and 2020 for me, the word comes in, is exploration. So 2020 is really the beginning of you exploring that side of yourself. Not that you might not have done that for a number of years, but really getting in touch with those aspects that are uniquely you and really wanting to or feeling the drive to go and explore them more. So where we are now and where people are finding it very uncomfortable is that we are, in my mind and through my guidance, between the turning of the wheel. So there is one YouTube video that I think I posted, not a video, but a recording that talks about the void. You might want to, or the turning of the wheel, you might want to go and listen to that. I'll put a link at the bottom of this one. I can't remember the actual title, but I'll put a link below this one. But we are kind of in the middle of these spaces, and it can feel a bit like a seesaw. So what I'm calling this space, because it is a bit of a waiting game, I'm calling this space the void. The void really is that space of opportunity, that single, quiet pause that exists between the old way of being and the new way of being. And where we are now in this space is really asking you, what is it that you believe in? Are you going to be sucked into a negative way of thinking, a victim-orientated way of thinking, thinking that is stuck in the past, maybe thinking that is stuck in the future? Or are you really going to pull everything, pull all of you into the present moment in a place that is ready to take opportunity of energetic shifts that are coming up for us to go into the new world? When I'm talking old world and new world, it's not like suddenly, like I told someone the other day, it's not like suddenly unicorns are going to start walking down the road. Okay, because you would have heard this fifth dimension, or that suddenly we're going to see mermaids sitting on rocks next to Camps Bay Beach. Sorry, I have a weird sense of humor. That's not going to happen. But what we are moving to, and what the fifth dimension for me is about, is actually realizing that we are energetic beings. We have a frequency, and we have a potential for actually realizing our fullest expression so much more than we have ever experienced in the history of humankind. We are in a fast-paced evolution of our consciousness. And call it what you like, soul, spirit, consciousness, universal energy. That is what we are being asked to work with in ourselves first, as within, so without. And then the outside material things will begin to change. So this void can feel very uncomfortable. And you may find that from the one day to the next, you might be in old patterns of negative thinking, of cyclical thoughts, of rumination. And the next day you might be buoyantly optimistic about everything the world has to offer and all of the people around you. Know that this is natural. What you may also feel while you're in the void is a real sense of loneliness. Please know that this loneliness is really just an indication that you have let go of all of those things that you were dependent on, that were dependent on you, that, when you hear anything that is not good for you, that you've left all that behind, but that you're waiting to take part in the new. So you might feel very lonely. Your friends might have moved away. Your job may have changed. You may not be in yet a new job. You may have shifted houses, or the house you were in kind of gets taken away beneath you. It really is that space where we are being asked to connect to the deepest aspect of yourself through your soul to source into the earth, and know that as a whole being, as a holistic system, you are connected to the earth and connected to source, and you are not alone. You are not alone. That feeling of being connected to the divine is just waiting for you on the other side. And all you need to do is just continually align yourself to your belief. Stay true to what is deep within your heart, irrespective of the naysayers and negative speaking that's happening around you, because that split is happening. And as the split happens, the duality increases, right? And you may not be able to understand each other's point of view as much as the people on the, I don't want to say opposite side, but people who have a different way of thinking to you may not be able to connect with yours, and vice versa. And that's okay. Everything in non-judgment. What you are being asked to do is stand in that place that is your belief system, to stand in alignment with your truest and highest potential, to open your heart, because that's continuing to happen. So again, have a look at my YouTube on if you're crying all the time, because that is what a lot of people are experiencing, this massive sadness. The massive sadness is an indication of a heart opening. Feel the sadness, let it move with you, but try not to think, oh my God, I'm going to be sad forever. It'll pass. This too shall pass. So while you're in this void, while you're experiencing the seesaw, do your utmost to honor yourself in whatever way comes to you. But nature is becoming the most important aspect of our evolution. Connecting with it, respecting it, working with it. Because in the sense of those, you remember those old cartoons where they drew a string? I don't know what that, maybe I'm the old one here, remember them. But there was an animation where you have a string, and the string becomes a person, and then it goes a string, and then it becomes something else. That symbolism is, if we had to draw the human body, shows us that we are part of the earth. We are of the earth. Our material body is created of earthy elements. And when we die, our body, material vessel, moves back into the earth. So it's not about grounding. It's not about sending down roots. It's about realizing you are just an expression of the earth's energy. Your physical body is an expression of the earth's energy. So the more you can connect with the wisdom of your physical body in Mother Nature, in silence, in solitude, if that works for you, the more you can hold your space and hold your vibration while this change is happening. My sense is that through to end of October, November, and then ramping up December, January, February, March, moving into that new realm, moving into that area of exploration. And be excited about it. There is so much adventure and exploration ahead of us. And yes, do we have stuff to deal with on planet Earth? But the Earth is shouting loud and clear. The Earth itself, as was an indication with the Amazon rainforest, and for me that's how I felt it when I was meditating, that was a flare. When someone gets lost or stranded, what do? They shoot a flare up into the sky and they say, please come and help me. That was the forest way of sending up the flare and say, please come and help me. And there will be a whole lot of changes that will happen because of that. Because things are changing and shifting for the better. And so while that is happening, while you're in the void, know that it is a waiting game. Know that you're going to have to practice patience, self-compassion, non-judgment, and go gentle. And if you have any questions or want any guidance, I'm more than willing to answer emails or comment on this video. I'm here to help you. I'm here to help my clients and all of those that engage with me. So on that note, I'm going to enjoy the rest of a beautiful Saturday morning. Tomorrow I hold yet another of my silent meditation walks in the forest, and I'm really looking forward to it since we have a lot of people who are interested. And I'm also going to put a link below of my beautiful beloved partner and best friend who has just started an entrepreneurial venture of taking people walking in the forest to hold that space for you in companionship. He is an amazing listener and a very, very deeply caring person. So if you want to pursue that as a method of nature therapy and personal therapy outside of the traditional methods, then please look at his website below. But other than that, I wish you lots of love and blessings. I am with you on this journey big time. I'm not immune to any of the changes you are feeling. So yeah, big hugs from me. And I hope you are all well and happy. And I send you my love. Bye for now.